All right. So I'm a Mike Tyson fan. I respect Roy Jones. I'm trying to wait for somebody to come up in here, but I can't say I'm disappointed by that fight. But I am disappointed in some of the news I just got. They had a no knockout rule. Like, how does that even work? I don't get that. So for you that don't know, you just coming in, or you might be seeing this later on. But the Mike Tyson Roy Jones fight had a no knockout rule that you can't knock the next person out. I don't know how that works. Because how do you know how not to knock somebody out? I've seen wimps knock people out. I'm just being honest. I've seen noodle arms knock people out. Sometimes it happens. Ask Nate. Shout out to Nate. Is he up, by the way, or is he still asleep? I don't know. But the no knockout rule, because this is why I don't like that. How do we know that Mike Tyson wasn't holding back? You saw we had Happy Mike in there. That was Happy Mike Tyson. We don't need no Happy Mike Tyson. We want Savage Mike. We want Mike who's ruthless. He want to eat Lennox Lewis kids. We don't even know what that really meant, but we needed that Mike. We got wow. Oh, I'm sorry, Roy. Are you okay? Okay. Bow, bow. And you took that. You like, wait, Mike, do you want it? Are you cheering for Roy too? Or are we? I hate when he does that. Like they used to think they used to give Mike a happy, one of them happy needles. Like, bro, Mike, get mad about something. Like somebody in his corner should have been like, get mad. And he don't hold on. Yeah, man. Don't like that. The no knockout clause took away from it for me. I don't know about y'all, but I guess part of me didn't want to see uh middle aged Mike Tyson or Roy Jones laid out on the canvas like Nate Robinson. Ding. That's another Nate Robinson shot. I bet a lot of people feel like they can beat Nate Robinson up right now. But Nate did his best as he could, man. Jake Paul was not a professional, but he does box. And as you can see, Nate, I'm not gonna say Nate didn't take it seriously. They said he trained 6 days out of the week, 2 hours a day. That's good. You only have one rest day, but seeing that fight, it was like, why is he so hyper? Like, what's going on with his? He has way too much built up energy, and he's focusing it all on offense, and it's not even working out. Nate didn't have no defense, and I think the people in his corner was telling him like, "Hey, you need to stop being so anxious. Take a step back, assess what's going on." And Jake Paul was like, "Yeah, take a step back, assess what's going on." When he took a step back and he saw what was going on, they went in there like Jake wasn't playing, and he hit the floor. Moment of silence for Nate. Whew, it was bad. It was bad. Nate gonna be a meme for a long time. It was bad. He was asleep. I'm kid you not. He was asleep for about two. Nah, I ain't gonna say two. He was asleep for a good minute. They was out for the count. But if you just joining in, a lot of y'all probably don't know, but Mike Tyson and Roy Jones had their fight tonight, and they said it was a draw. A lot of people, well, me personally, I seen it. A lot of people that seen it, and they know that thing wasn't no draw. That was a complete. It wasn't domination, but you know how you know somebody won. We know Mike won. Roy was hanging on for dear life. He wasn't. Roy didn't have too much. You know, he'd do his little cocky stuff every now and then, the no look hit. But the thing is that when Roy threw that no look hit, he used to come back with another hook. He ain't had it. He was bracing himself. Low key, all Mike had to do was come up under that because Roy wasn't looking. He didn't really he wasn't even really looking to get no punch after he nah. Mike was holding back. Like you just coming in, they had a no knockout rule in that fight. So it showed, and I would have liked to see one of them. You know, if they can do it, let them do it. One thing I was not impressed with. Mike took this thing very seriously. If you saw the fight, Mike now facial expression wise, both of them look nervous. Both of them look like, dang, I'm old, man. I don't know if I still got it. That's how they face look. But and if you just joining in, man, please subscribe. This is another channel I started, but please subscribe. We want to get this channel going in the right direction. But I'm stepping out of my element. I'm not a fight expert, not a fight guy. That's not my lane. I'm more football, Cowboys, all that stuff. But yeah, subscribe to this. We don't want to be limited to one sport. But yeah, man. Facial expressions, neither one of them look like they wanted to be there, really. They look like they've been forced to do this. I don't know who forced them, but thanks. I guess. Thanks. We wanted to see it and we got it. Um, Mike, he looked in his face. He didn't have that I'm finna kill somebody face on. He had that, oh, they may have drugged me. I'm happy kind of face. And he just didn't have confidence. Roy Jones looked like he had no confidence. I don't even know what he could look like. He looked like he just got beat up by his son. I don't know. But that was before the fight. It wasn't after. He came out, he just, you know, he had his own music, which he probably shouldn't have did because it don't look like it worked. Roy always do that. He got it, you know, Roy raps and he ain't bad with it, but he needed somebody else to hype him up because that just wasn't it. But yeah, man, it's the body tone. I would say this much. Mike Tyson took off his robe and he was like, I took this seriously. You know, he lost how much? He lost about 100 something pounds. When Roy Jones took the robe off, I kind of knew he was already gonna lose because it was like, and his dad bod still was there. It was like, oh man, how you couldn't get, you know, how you couldn't get rid of you couldn't get rid of that because this ain't you ain't just coming in there looking trying to look a certain way. Like you gotta be in shape. Like to go box, you gotta be in shape, man. And even more so for UFC. Like you got to be in the best of shape. Those are the best athletes in the world. If you're in UFC, you got to be conditioned to be a boxer. My cousin was boxing, so I know a little bit about it. But you got to be for real about that stuff. Nate Robinson was not for real, so sorry. Um, Roy, I don't know if he took it as serious as he should have. He steady saying that he won another fight. But I'm looking at this. Some guys are doing a vote on their own channel on who won, and they got Roy Jones winning by like 200 right now. Oh no, I'm I'm never mind. They got Mike Tyson winning by 2000, so I was way off. Yeah, at least stay on the right path over there. But yeah, Mike Tyson clearly won that fight. Again, back to the body thing. Roy just didn't look like he could go the mile. His body was not ready. Mike Tyson came in. He looked like he was in the best shape he's been, and he didn't have too much body fat. Like I don't really remember Mike looking like that when he was boxing. But if you're older, you gotta do extra stuff because you're just not who you once were. Mike made up for that. I think Mike could have won at least. Mike Tyson could have won at least probably 3 or 4 more rounds because he wasn't even tired. Um, the thing about Mike Tyson is why you didn't hear about just complete dominance and making Roy look stupid is because he didn't. His age caught up with him with his not his mechanics. His mechanics are still there, but his instinct. His instinct was not there to complete stuff. And of course, we had a no knockout clause, so I don't really know if he could have. I don't really know what we saw with that. I hate that, but yeah, Mike Tyson took this thing seriously. Honestly, personally, I would hate to see a rematch. I'm sure there's if Mike want to go and keep doing this a little bit. It was a great showcasing. Nate Robinson is still asleep. Yeah, that was cool, but I wouldn't fight Roy again. Roy has this. His body is just not. He just can't handle that. Like even after the fight, he was like, for people that put fighting Mike Tyson on their bucket list to get punched by Mike Tyson is a reason because you feel all that, every single bit of that power you feel. And he right, yeah. People, it was once when Mike first punched Roy, I was like, oof, Roy ain't never felt that before. And he basically said it. I ain't never felt that before. And he was in the interview at the end, and Roy was just like, it looked like he was trying to brace himself. He looked like he was hurt, and he took a deep breath after they was talking. He looked like he had some broken ribs. I would not be surprised if it comes back tomorrow. Roy Jones suffered a broken rib or two. Like, yeah, it was tough to see him because he was wincing in pain. But all in all, good fight. You know, good fight, good smart fight by Roy Jones. Roy didn't just get dominated because he didn't let that happen. He clinched when he felt like Mike was coming with it. Good stuff. I need to see Roy Jones' arrogance, and we didn't see that there. He fought like he was trying to remember who he was, and Mike remembered. He was very confident. Mike looked like that fiend that was getting his first fix in 15 years. He he really needed that. It was evident. But shouts out to those guys for coming through with that. I'm not that old, but I as I the age that I am now, I know it is hard to do what they just did because it's hard for me to do what I do. Um, but shout out to them again. If you didn't know, Mike Tyson really won, but they called it a draw. Um, it's all good. Participation wins in 2020. There's a lot of participation awards. I'm I think it's about 12. It's midnight now, so I'm about to go Nate. So I'm gonna go Nate Robinson. I'm getting a little sleepy. Um, and yeah, but shout out, hey, appreciate y'all subscribing. Appreciate y'all coming and listening in. I want to make this thing interactive too. If we can get people in, to call, to text in, all that stuff, that'll be great. But this is a start to something great. So come and be a part of this community. Subscribe. Joshua Moon is the page. Is a channel. I mean, if you are not a subscriber, subscribe, like it, and share it. Do as much as you can to support us. All right, peace.